Hello folks, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by your faculty Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we are going to be looking at today? It is about the new telecom rules. In this article, we will be seeing as to why is it in news. We will be seeing the relevance of it, that is the GS paper 3. What does the new rule state? What are the key features? What are some of the concerns of it? We will also be discussing about your Indian Telegraph Rules of 1951 and then we will end it with some prelims questions. Why is it in news? Telecommunication Procedure Safeguards for Lawful Interception of Messages Rules 2024, and will it override Article 419 of Indian Telegraph Rules of 1951? This is the reason we are discussing it. In simpler terms or in layman terms, what does that news mean? Your union government has given out a notification which will allow for certain security agencies to intercept your phone messages. That is what the news states. So let's see who is the competent authority in doing so. It is either the Union Home Secretary and State Home Secretaries. In certain unforeseen conditions, officers who are above the rank of joint secretary and above only can also authorize this. But what is this unforeseen condition? They have not defined it. Which agency can authorize it? Again, your central government under your section 20. In case of emergency provisions, that is either due to being in remote areas, or due to operational reasons, either the head or second senior most officer emergency provision due to being in remote areas or operational reasons, the head officer or the second senior most officer can also allow for authorization of interception of messages. But this has to be confirmed by the competent authorities within 7 days. That is, this is post facto. They can allow for the authorization, but within 7 days they have to be confirmed by the authorized authorities. Within that span of time, they cannot use this information. And let's say after 7 days they have not received the confirmation, then they are not supposed to use this particular data or interception as any proof of record, nor can they use it as court evidence. Now, one of the concerns about this is, what about willful misuse? There could be a possible of willful misuse also. That is one of the concerns. They also speak, the new rules also speaks about your data retention and data destruction, which speaks that every 6 months the data has to be deleted unless and until it is used as evidence for your courts or court records. What are the new features that have been added? Earlier, your interception of phone messages was only left for your emergency provisions, but now it is not just for your emergency cases alone. One more thing that this new rules are specifying is that earlier, for the interception of messages, for officers the IGP police rank and above, there was no fixed number as to how many IGP officers can have the authorization for the interception of messages. But here it is specifically stating either only the head and the additional, that is your senior most officer. So they are putting a number, a limit on the number of officers. Another thing is accountability for non-confirmation. That is what we discussed. In case within 7 days, if it is not authorized, that is within 7 days, if it is not confirmed, then this data cannot be used. And this data cannot be used for court records also, neither for official purposes nor for court records. One main thing about your new rules is this has relaxed the procedure for agencies. It is post facto confirmation. Remember, in previous cases we discussed only the heads and the senior most head also can authorize, but after the authorization they have 7 days of time. Even in that 7 days, if they haven't sent the confirmation, then they cannot use it. So this is post facto. After the event is done, then the confirmation is needed. What is Indian Telegraph Rules of 1951? This was established to maintain, operate your telecommunications. It was on the framework of Indian Telegraph Act of 1885. And your Indian Telegraph Rule also has major specification to your Rule 419A, which speaks about lawful interception of messages. Look at this: lawful interception and monitoring communications for your public interest, security, for your security purposes. One of the main things when we are speaking about lawful interception of messages, the question that it brings about is, does it affect your right to privacy? In your People's Union for Civil Liberties, or PUCL versus Union of India in 1996, it was held that yes, this lawful interception of phone messages affects the right to privacy. So for this, it has to be held that the center or state or the government will not arbitrarily, they will not arbitrarily use lawful interception so that it violates your right to privacy. So it has to be used in a minimal way, and also particular conditions, specifications have to be given. That is what led to your rule, that is what led to your 419A. So this is what led to your rule 419A. Now the new rules which have been put in forward, will it override rule 4? Now the new notification that they have put forward, will it override rule 419A? The answer is yes, because earlier it was only for emergency provisions, or it was only in emergency conditions, but now it is more relaxed. It is not just for emergency provisions alone. So yes, it does override rule 419A. Now, let's look into certain prelims questions from previous years. Right to privacy is protected under which article of the Constitution of India? This is a 2021 prelims question. Article 15, it speaks about your non-discrimination on the your is it Article 15? No, Article 15 is against your discrimination. Article 19, that is not it. Now let's look at some prelims question based on your previous year question. Now let's look at some prelims question on the same topic. This is a 2021 prelims question. A right to privacy is protected under which article of the Constitution? This is a very basic question. It is Article 21. A right to privacy is protected as an intrinsic part of right to life and personal liberty. Which of the following in the Constitution of India correctly and appropriately imply the above statement? This is a 2018 prelims question. Article 14, Article 17, Article 21, Article 24. Just like in the previous condition we discussed, it is Article 21. Now that's it. We've reached the end of the content. If you do like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and share it along with your friends. Thank you.